Charlotte.
I have nothing at this time.
Billy.
I've got a couple of things. First, I want to thank Jody for giving us some time at the senior center today. Myself and Anita Barnell, the assessor, went over there to talk to the people prior to their lunch being served. I've made it sort of a mission along with Anita this year that we're not going to have any of our seniors fall through the cracks by not having their enhanced STAR applications completed and submitted by March 1st. Last year we had that happen. This Thursday, myself and Anita are going out to an elderly woman out in Bell Park, and we're going to complete hers because she's homebound and can't get out. But we are checking, she's flagging a lot of the seniors there that haven't gotten their applications back in, and I don't want to see that happen again. Lona Flynn was one last year, and we ran into problems. And what they don't realize is this is mandated by the state. You know, once March 1st is here, it's out of our hands, you know, and you can't post-date something or predate something. So we want to make sure that we reach everybody that's out there prior to March 1st, and we will continue to do that. Second of all, and I go back to 1993 or 4 when I came to work out here as a police officer, and at that time there wasn't a cell phone to be found that was paid for by the town of Cicero, not one. I come back into service here in the early part of the 2000s, and I find that we're paying for 28 cell phones. I find that kind of ludicrous as far as the taxpayers' money for 28 cell phones. So we have taken steps. We instituted a stipend plan approximately a year ago, and although that's a step in the right direction, I instituted some preliminary talks with Verizon to see if we can even do better. Last year, our stipend plan cost the taxpayers $11,190 for cell phone usage in this town. That's on top of the hardline cost that we pay every month also. We'll be having a meeting with department heads this week, myself and the supervisor, and hopefully sometime this week, to explain where we're going. I've also been in constant communication with the controller. We're going to try to come up with a plan that's more efficient for the taxpayers. And I will get back to you as soon as we have something in place.
Thanks, Bill. Jim?
Just a couple things. I think the first thing, Jody, you might have mentioned the spaghetti dinner this coming Saturday, I believe.
February 9th.
February 9th, I'm sorry, February 9th. Oh, do we have a meeting in between there?
No.
It's a week from Saturday.
It's a week from this coming Saturday.
Week from the Saturday, February 9th, over at the Senior Center. It's kind of a combination effort between the Senior Center and the canteen. It's a fundraiser, and if you want more information on that, Jody has the time. I think there's 2 settings, and you just have to reserve ahead of time which setting you want. The second thing is, I also wanted to point out from Jody's department, Parks and Rec, is a recognition that Judy Riddell got from the Smart Start News. This is a program that she initiated, well, obviously with Jody's support, I think, obviously, in which it's a targeted program for 3 to 5-year-olds in which they interact and teach children different types of sports, get some kind of like an introductory type thing for t-ball and basketball and those types of things. And it's with the parent. And it's a program that was nationally started and was adopted here in Cicero. And she happened to make this national newsletter on this program that's been initiated. And it's only a couple paragraphs, so I wanted just to read it. That way everybody knows all the good qualities this program has to offer. And what it says here is that when Julie Riddell decided to introduce the Smart Start Sports Development Program in her community, Cicero, she thought it might satisfy the few parents who had inquired about sports opportunities for their preschoolers. Little did she know that the demand for such a program would be so big. Riddell, the recreation supervisor for the Town of Cicero Youth Bureau, Parks and Rec Department, has seen the popularity of the program throughout the community skyrocket. And she says, now that we are offering the Smart Start programs, parents make comments all the time about how happy they are to see more options for their young children. I guess there was a demand all along, but we were not aware of it till now. The Smart Start program is an instructional sports program for children ages 3 to 5 and is so valuable to communities like the town of Cicero because it serves multiple purposes. It provides developmental programs for young children while at the same time cultivating future athletes who will likely go on to participate in competitive sports league. Furthermore, she says that we have such a close tie to the community in our youth leagues, such as Little League and Pop Warner. They use our parks as their home sites, and I saw that the Smart Start program is the perfect opportunity for us to make that bond stronger. Through the program, we can introduce the children to fundamentals of each sport, and those children can then move into leagues, hopefully with more confidence. Too often, a children's first sports experience is a competitive team environment before they've had an opportunity to develop the necessary skills. The Smart Start program seeks to combat that by teaching them basic motor skills necessary to perform the activities, such as throwing, kicking, swinging, all in a group setting, and interacting with other children. Initially, she planned to offer the Smart Start programs outdoors during the summer months only. However, it's become so popular that they've also now have a year-round program. Each session in the Cicero is made up of about 10 parent-child team tandems, soccer, baseball being the most popular. Then she concludes by saying Smart Start is a great recreation because it makes offering new programs so simple. The kits are ready to go, the classes outline is already done, and everything is set up for the coordinator. And that's in a national publication, so I thought that was very impressive. So congratulations to her, and it's a great reflection on the town of Cicero.
Thank you.
That's all.
Is there anyone here for participation in government? Just checking. Three things. We've had our first request since becoming a suburban town for speed reduction that we've asked for probably 6 or 8 or 10 times on South Bay Road between 31 and Thompson. We're in the process right now of trying to get somebody to circulate some petitions so we can start the process. I'll probably need your help on that, Chief. Secondly, Chris, I just got a phone call tonight when I got here, corner of Topman and Eastman.
Yep, it's our document would take
Yeah, go down there. It sounds like cut a tree or trim it.
probably some private property.
And it's covering up your sign, which means you are part of the issue. Secondly, to further promote our commercial development within the town, because we have an abundant supply of water in central New York, as most of you know, and being that there's a drought in many areas of the country, we've started right now sending out letters to beverage companies, beer, soda, juice, and water, encouraging them to come to the town of Cicero, relocate your facility over on Northern Boulevard, and don't worry about water, just worry about being successful. We're close to the thruway, close to 81, close to the interstate system, so hopefully we'll get some responses on it. We just sent them out last Friday, so it's a little soon. I'm sure something will pop up within the next month. Other than that,
Can I just add one thing?
go ahead.
I failed to mention, if anybody out there has a senior citizen in their area or they're aware of, please get in touch with myself or Anita, myself through the supervisor's office or Anita in the tax assessor's office, so we can provide the necessary help from them.
Is that age 65?
65,
So all
right.
60
Right.
years don't like water.
I'm getting close to it myself, so.
Being no further business, meeting adjourned.
Gary, you gotta wait.